Hey everybody, welcome on in. It's time for Clay Shares live at 5. I'm Jessica Putnam-Phillips, and tonight we have two special guests joining us. We have Shawna and Ernst from Coal Mountain Pottery, and you might remember them from Clay Share Con this year. They had a wonderful segment with us. If you haven't seen that, go watch it, but not till after this is over. Don't go now, wait, watch this first, then go watch that. So they have a really fun chip and dip platter project for you that I cannot wait to see how they do. And if you are familiar with them, you know they make these great textured rollers, and you know how much I love textured rollers so much I had to start my own company. Well, they did too, except mine are wood, and they have their fabulous 3D printed ones. So another great option for texture. You can never have too much texture. And I'm super excited because I was just using some of them, and I think, I can't say I have a favorite because it's like saying you have a favorite child, and that's not really okay to do. But I'm going to show this one up close. This is their bees one. I love this, and in our primetime class, we're going to be making this creamer and sugar jar slash honey jar set. And I enlarged the template that you get. This is the template that's part of the class. If you take the class, you get, this is a downloadable. I enlarged it, and what did I make? I made a teapot, and I used her roller. Look how sweet this is with the bee on it. So if you did my hand-built teapot, this is basically the same exact spout and handle and lid from that. The body is just these guys right here, I'll pull it over, enlarged. So here's the creamer and sugar. So look, you can make a whole set. Ah, okay, I know. Pretty wonderful, right? So that's another fun project, but we're gonna head on out and see how Shawna and Ernst are doing. They have a great project for you. So let's go say hi to them and get started. Hey, Shawna, hey, Ernst, how are you guys doing?
How are you?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
We are good, we're good.
We are hot in Mississippi.
Yes, it is.
I can imagine.
Very hot. Right?
116 heat index.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that is so hot.
Yes.
That is so hot.
Moving to Vermont. I told them I'm zipping my luggage. We're coming.
I saw that you said that on Monday morning you wanted to come here. Well, I have to tell you, our weather right now is hot, but don't worry, it'll cool off.
But you asked me to do this class, and I thought, oh, yeah, no problem. And then I got to thinking, I thought, okay, I could do, no, I can't do that because I learned that from Jess. Okay, I could do this. No, I learned that from Jess. And I thought, okay, you know, I don't know what to make. So I was walking around town, and I thought, I need something that's for maybe a beginner class, someone who is just trying to figure out if they like clay, how to use clay, because I'm mainly trying to use our rollers and demonstrate that. So I found just a chip and dip from the Dollar Tree, which you could get at Walmart. You could do Amazon, any kind of retail. You could find it. And then I thought, I wonder if I could, you know, mold my stuff into that. Would it look like this? Would it be as pretty as this? And it is.
I saw it, sure is. And I got to interrupt you. I have to apologize. Ernest, I got your name wrong. I'm sorry. It's been a crazy hot day. And for those of you watching, it's Ernest and Shawna. And I'm so sorry that I said Ernest. I said it really fast. So maybe we'll just pretend I said it correctly, just quickly. Sorry about that. My apologies.
That's all right. Most of my friends just call me Ernie anyway, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Ernie works.
Our names are wrong all the time, so we don't really even notice.
Yeah, we're all good.
So what we decided to do was, I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to show somebody where there's a lot of people that they don't know if they want to do pottery or not. You know, can they afford to get into the hobby? Do they have to buy all of the things to start off with? Are you going to want them all? Yes. Do you have to have them all to start? No. Maybe you have a stuffed egg dish that was your grandmother's, and you don't want to use it because you're afraid you're going to break it, but you could make one out of that dish and use that one. So you could take like an heirloom piece and make something. You can go to an estate sale and buy something. You can do any of those things with your clay and just make something that you can use out of it that's important to you and means something to you. So we're just going to kind of start from that. We're going to start and we'll show how to do the rolling the texture in the clay, release agents, what to use, and then we'll get started into actually making the tray, if that's all right with you guys.
Oh, go for it. And I just want to remind everybody that I'll be moderating. So if you have any questions at all, type them in and I will relay them to Shawna and Ernie.
The tools that I'm going to start off with is very simple. You're going to need a rib. Your favorite, doesn't matter. Mine is the yellow rib that everybody uses. You're going to need cornstarch and some type of brush or something that you like to apply your cornstarch with. A needle tool or a clay knife. Either one is fine. Either one will work. I actually use full noodles as well during this because it helps to hold up the weight of the clay while I'm still working it into the mold. And then you're going to need some type of vegetable spray. I do use cornstarch for a lot of things, but for this, you're going to need some type of spray. You can even use, if you got it in a bottle and you want to brush it on, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I forgot to bring my bottle in here from the studio, so I have this in the kitchen, so we have spray. So that's what we're going with. And your water and sponge. That's all that you got to have. And then whatever type of clay that is your favorite. Ernest, will you bring one over here? The kind of clay that we're using is Kentucky Mudworks Dark Star. It's a speckled buff stoneware clay. It's a very wet clay, which is what you need for this project because we have to make it mold into a lot of divided edges, divided sections in your tray. So it needs to be pretty damp. Kevin, can you see where I need to be? Okay, good. All right, so all I'm doing right now is I'm smoothing the canvas texture off of our slab. I'm going to do that on both sides. As Jess says, this aligns the particles. It canvas texture off of it. Okay. So then we're going to apply our cornstarch. And the reason we're doing that is because anytime you're using some type of 3D printed product that's plastic, it has a tendency to want to stick to clay. So after you use it a time or two, it doesn't do it as bad. But if this is your brand new roller that you just got, I want you to be sure that you put some type of release agent on it, okay? I don't put a ton of cornstarch. I just kind of sprinkle it over. I get it on my brush and I sprinkle it over the clay. It doesn't have to be layered really deep. It just has to be to take the sticky off the top. And then you also brush it on your roller. Especially one like this. This has a lot of detail. I'm not sure if you can see it from the camera. We're going to use the strawberry roller. Let me see. Where are we at, Kevin? There we go. So it has a lot of detail. The strawberries and the vines and the leaves and the little flowers. So you need to make sure that you get the cornstarch in those areas. And then I brush in a circular motion over my clay slab. And what it's doing is you'll feel it start to glide smoother as it's getting into the clay. And then whatever is excess just kind of brushes away. So it's no problem. So what we want, because we're doing this big tray here, we're going to be sure that we want a continuous pattern all the way down the middle and on both sides. So we're going to make 3 passes. I have a lot of people ask about the pressure that you need to use with our rollers. You should not have to press really, really hard. If you are, your clay is either too dry and you need a more wet clay. Like you let it set out a little bit too long.
Oh, Shawna, could you scoot a little to your right? Because you're a little off. There you go.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, let me move on.
Well, I have to say I was using your B roller and I love that I can roll it in and then line it up and roll another pass and I don't see a seam.
Yes.
That's brilliant. I love that.
I've tried really hard when we design these that you don't get a line. You will occasionally, but it's usually, I found that those would be on some of the designs where, like, say, our church house roller, where it's a church is here and there's not a lot of design on either side. If you're still pressing the same pressure, then you sometimes will get a line around the edge. But I really don't like those, so I work really hard to try to prevent those. But I try to leave a little bit of a border at the top, and that way if you need to lay over like here on the edge, you can line it back up without running over the design that you already have there. Like you said, it looks continuous. You don't have a seam. All right, can we see that? Okay, well, we're going to release our clay now.
Now you ship to Canada, correct? Do you ship worldwide?
Well, let me
Come over here.
let me step in here.
I hate to interrupt, but I know so many people are asking about that. And they're going to want to purchase your rollers. And I have a great deal right now, too.
Yeah, I've got a ticket into Shopify. I'm having difficulty with my international shipping. I am working on it. I'm working with Shopify on that to kind of get all my settings right. I'm sure something I've done, but I am working on that, and we hope to have that real soon.
Yeah, we're pretty frustrated about that.
Yeah,
we are working.
We've had several people contact us directly from Canada as well as overseas, and I'm working on it. I'm working with Shopify to get all those details worked out.
Do you know, I have a great solution. You're going to be at the Fired Arts Expo.
That's right.
In Waukesha, Wisconsin. If folks from Canada come to the Fired Arts Expo, they can take classes from you and many other instructors and maybe pick up some rollers.
Yes,
that's true. We've got some people. We had a couple of international people. Maybe England, is that where they?
The UK. I think they're flying. It's not just for us specifically, but
right.
they're coming.
They're coming to the festival and asked, "Will we have our rollers?" And yes, I've been making day and night.
We're renting a cargo. We're renting a cargo truck.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, two birds, one stone. Come to Waukesha.
Yep. Come to Waukesha to the Fired Arts Expo. Take a class. Pick up a few rollers, especially if you're in Canada. It's very close to Canada.
Or if you have friends who want it that you need to take it back to, that would be great for them.
If your local artist guild or pottery store is looking for us, just get a big order together. Come ahead of time, and if you're coming from Canada or overseas, shoot me an email and say, "Hey, I want these," and I'll make sure I have those available.
Yeah. We're pretty
wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, we're pretty frustrated with the international shipping, but for some reason, and it's doing the same thing it was doing during ClayShareCon. We cut on international shipping. We have all of our settings, and it cuts off the USA completely.
Yeah, I'm not understanding it completely, but I am working on it.
Okay, so I'm fixing to have to turn this around just a little bit, so I may go out of focus. I've got to figure it out if I do it right or not. We're still in line, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. All right. So for any beginners, if you're not sure how to handle clay, a lot of it is surface area. If you reach with the tips of your fingers, you're going to leave prints. Or you may stick your thumb completely through it, and then you're going to be really mad about that. So I'm going to show you how to pick up your clay without doing that. It's all about surface area. Instead of using the tips of your fingers, use the pads at the top. So when you pick it up, you're picking it up with several fingers at one time. And so you can do that and lay it on your arm. And now you can pick it up like this, and you're not damaging your clay. You're going to lay your tray down here. And we're going to lay this on our tray. We don't have to center this particular piece because it's just one continuous roll. Are we still in? Yes. All right, so this is where the pool noodles or anything that you've got to help support the heaviness of your clay. You're going to put that around the edges. This clay is very soft, so it will start to drip down, and then you don't want it to tear around the edges until we're ready to cut that off. Okay, so you can't just take it and start pushing it into the dividers, or once again, you're going to tear your clay. So what you have to do is you have to pick it up, picture like it's fabric, and you're needing to drape it into the dividers. You're pushing it down like this, like it's just loose. I don't know if I can show that on camera very well, Kevin, but you're kind of pushing and draping it down in there. And then when you feel like you've pushed it enough, pick up on a different side. Drape it down in there. You're stretching it, but you're not pushing down to where you're damaging your texture. You're using 2 to 3 fingers at a time, okay? Pick up your clay, drape it, push down. There you go. Okay, so we worked with the middle. Always start with the middle if you're doing like a chip and dip tray, because you've got to get that part in there first before we start working on the excess, or you're going to run out of clay. Okay, so now we're going to go to this next section right here.
So while you're working on that, did you use a release agent on the tray? I think we were chatting and I might have missed that. Or no, you're just putting the clay directly on the tray.
We did miss that, didn't we? Here, that was where the that's where the vegetable spray comes in. You can't use cornstarch because it won't stick to the edges of the tray. It's just going to fall all down into the bottom. So, but if you'll use the spray, or if you want to use a brush, like if you've got vegetable in a bottle, like vegetable oil, yeah, anything like that, you can brush it on if you want to. But I usually brush mine on out in my studio, but I forgot it. So I just sprayed it over the garbage can over here and got it all around the edges and over the dividers. So yes, we missed it completely. Thank you for asking that question.
Well, we were chatting, so I think we all get excited about the Fired Arts Expo.
Yes, we're going to do a tray in my class too. We're demoing the rollers and stuff. And so we want it to meet everybody, even if you're not in the class. Come by and see us. You guys have been so amazing to us. This whole year has just been unreal for Ernest and I. Okay. All right. Can you see how that is starting to take shape now? You can feel the edges of the tray when you get to it. Just turn it around and start working on the next area. You're not pushing it, you're just working with it. It kind of reminds me of like when you're sewing and you have to work something in. When you've got stitches with sewing, you have to work it in. It's the same way. You have to be patient with it. You can't just push really hard or you're going to tear a hole in it, and then you're going to be mad and have to start over. But you just have to let the excess clay kind of fall down in there. That's why I said it really needs to be a very damp slab that you're working with for this. Not so much if it was just like a flat tray, but because this has the dividers in it. I can't believe I forgot the vegetable spray.
I thought that we're talking about that.
Maybe we did talk. Maybe you and I were talking about it ahead of time, and I thought I had covered it.
We talked about it with somebody.
Okay. All right. I get to working and I stop talking. Now, the thing about this that I love so much, when I saw this, and then I've made 6 of them so far, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to part with any of them, but you could use it for any holiday if you're a host somewhere. New Year's, Easter, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, just so happen Coal Mountain Pottery has a roller for every occasion. So you can just make them and gift them away, or you could sell them. Okay, only one more to go.
How thick is your slab of clay?
3/8 of an inch.
That's kind of the standard. Anybody out there watching, 3/8 of an inch is kind of the usual go-to. If you start with that, you'll be golden.
By the time I usually add texture, and then it's probably maybe a 1/4 by the time we get done with adding the texture.
Probably between 1/4 and 3/8. I did notice while you were rolling that I could see the slab compress and move, stretch out just ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts out as 3/8. I think that's really what we start, but once you roll it in, it compresses a little bit.
Yeah, it stretches a little bit when you're compressing. Okay. All right, so it's not 100% where we want it, but we've got it molded into the divided areas. Okay, but what we need to do is get rid of the weight of this excess clay that's around the sides, because we don't want it pulling on it. I use a needle tool. You can use whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to use a clay knife, that's fine. But the main thing that you've got to watch right here is make sure that your clay is laid over the side. It doesn't need to be sticking straight up. It needs to be laid over so that you can have a clean cut all the way around. Bring your clay knife in, push it till you feel it touch your tray. And you could also do like a scalloped edge if you wanted to. I'm just doing a straight edge around this one, but you can make it really, really fancy. If you wanted to. We can get rid of this excess clay and we give this to Ernest and let him find somewhere for that.
Thank you.
Okay. So at this point, we're going to kind of roll it over. We just need to make sure that everything is laid flat, and we're going to try to finish this edge. Now, one thing I want to point out about anytime you use texture with our rollers or any other kind of texture, if it has a line like a vine or something, it reminds me of, Jess, you know how when you talk about like with a rim template and it comes together at a point and it'll crack if you're not careful, if you don't. It's the same way with rollers. Like for instance, let me see if I can show. I don't know if I'm really not good with the camera backwards and forwards. Can you see me pointing here? Where am I at? There it is. All right, this vine comes up right here and it ends right on the rim of this tray. So what's going to happen, it may not happen, but if it's going to crack, that's going to give it a perfect place to do so. So what you need to do, we're going to finish this edge so you don't have to worry about ruining it by smoothing it down. So anytime you see like where that vine was right there, we're going to smooth that where it no longer has complete access to go off the edge of your rim. Smooth it down. Even if you go in like 1/4 of an inch, it's not going to hurt anything. Just make sure that it's smooth and you don't have texture sticking out to where it could give it an option to have a crack run through your tray. I'm just using a very, very lightly damp sponge. Did I say damp? Damp sponge. Damp sponge. Yeah.
I have a feeling there's going to be a run to the dollar store after this. Like everybody's going to be making a beeline right to the dollar stores and buy these little plastic forms. They're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried when I first bought them. I bought them a couple of months ago, but I thought I'll never be able to get it to form to that. But it's so, once I made one, then I just keep making more and more because they're so easy. Once you do one, it goes super fast. Okay. So now that we've got the edge finished off, everything feels good. You can go in and you can do any fine details on the inside. You can take your thumbs, you can push in to make sure that everything forms to the sections. Can you see what I'm doing there? You're not pressing hard, but you're just making it form into the way the dividers look. You want it to also touch the bottom because you want it to be balanced. You don't want it to be I can't work and talk today for some reason. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. I can't talk. You want it to be flat on the bottom. So you're trying to make sure that it lines up. Same thing with this middle.
Yeah, I'm more of a wheel thrower. I would totally stick my finger right through the side of that thing. No doubt.
He is, and I can't wheel throw. So it makes me so furious because all of the pottery stuff was my idea to start with, and he was better at it than me. I was furious until I found it. I was furious.
But you're better at hand building, so
Yeah. Yeah. And I can, if I could totally see myself sticking my finger through that.
I can't wheel throw at all. I just do not have the patience for it. Okay. Okay, so we've got it molded to the form. We've got our edge cleaned up. We have, if you see any areas at this point that need, like clicked it with your fingernail or whatever, and you need to smooth them over, now's your time. Just do that. You can also do that when it's leather hard too. You can do some cleanup. But you're in a good place right now. What we're going to do is I'm going to finish the edge of it. And the reason I said it doesn't matter if we smooth out this design on the edge, it's not going to hurt anything, because I'm going to put just a little bit of cornstarch along the edge. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I like the way that it looks, because I like anything that gives texture a place to cool and change colors. And so I just take the edge of my knife, my pottery knife. You can use a wooden dowel, a paintbrush, whatever you've got. I like the size of this one. And you lay it right on the edge and you just kind of rock it and you make this indentation. Can you see that on the camera? No. Ernest says, no, you can't. Okay. Right here. See that indentation?
We sure can, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do that all the way around. We're going to, and it gives it such a cute finished look. It reminds me kind of like,
so cute.
kind of like a fried pie type.
That's what I was going
Is
to
that
say.
what you were going to say?
Yeah, I was thinking like
Is that a Southern thing?
yeah, like you see grandma's apple pie with the little ruffles around it, the edges, and we have fried pies down here. I don't know if you guys have them up there or not, but that's kind of a staple down here.
It's such a nice detail. It adds to it, but also I bet it's helping to prevent cracking.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have done 6 so far, and I've not had any issues whatsoever by doing it this way. So hopefully that I'm doing something right anyway. I love how that always works out. Even if you're doing scallops, it always works out to where you're perfect at the end. I don't know why that is. My OCD kicks in. Okay. So what you've done now is you've given it a creative decorative edge, but also depending on the clay you use, the glaze you use, you could use one like stone denim. You know, it breaks over texture so beautiful, and it would pull in all of these little details, and it would give it such a pretty edge to it. Or if you wanted to hand paint this, each one, you can paint, you know, the little scallops on the edge, you could paint them a different color, you know, like this one, for instance, right here. You see?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that one.
So I just took
That's gorgeous.
the blue that was in the snowflakes, I just added it to the edge. I could have left it plain, but why do I want to do that? I want blue. I want an accent color. So you can do that, or you don't have to. It's still pretty either way. Okay. So the magic of television and the magic of Ernie, because he's going to go make it happen. I'm going to show you what it looks like the next day. I leave mine overnight. It's so humid here though that I'm fine with doing that. Now you may need to remove yours sooner if you have like a dry heat where you are right now. You know what? Hold on to that. I forgot a very important part. So if you're a newbie and you're not sure, clay shrinks as it dries. Okay. So one thing that we got to be careful of is we don't want this edge to be hanging over the edge of the form, because if it is, as it starts to dry and it starts to try to pull in, it's going to crack. So if you'll go around the edge of your form right now and pull up just slightly, I don't know if y'all can see that. We'll just pull it up slightly like this. You'll feel it release. Just a little. And you could do, if you can do it with 2 hands, but I can't do it on the camera really. But if you pick it up like that, you'll feel it release, and then just set it back down. And that way, you know that where you just did those little decorations on the edge, you didn't push it over the edge of your tray. you'll feel it pop and release. And the vegetable spray underneath will give it the ability to move in as it dries. There we go. So glad I didn't forget that, because you guys would have been so mad if all of your rims had cracked.
Yeah. So what colors now? Did you flood the cardinal one that you have? Did you use the flooding technique, or did you just do green and white back?
I did not flood that one. I just put it all, there's little holly berries, and then the cardinal was red, and I just put it on it and then just wiped it back.
Okay.
You could flood it, but it's really not too detailed enough to where you could leave it. Like you kind of, because you want to wipe it off and see the little wings. So when you wipe it back, it shows all of like his face and his beak and his wings. Now, like the holly leaves, they kind of settle in on their own. I didn't have to do a whole lot to them. You know, if you just want to paint them with a brush, you can. It's kind of a combo technique is really what I did on that one. Like the snowflakes, I just put that in there and just wiped it all back. Okay, so the magic of television, we're fixing to show what it looks like the next day, okay? We're going to turn it over and release it from the mold. I've got just a 12-inch bat here. And I'm going to flip it over on. All right, so what you'll do is you just kind of pinch the mold to make sure that it's not stuck to the clay anymore, and you'll feel it just completely turn loose. See?
Now, could you show the mold up to folks? I think that's a key to it. It's a really kind of thin mold, a kind of flexible a little bit.
Yep.
So that's part of what makes this work, I think.
Yes. It's $1.25. It's very cheap. It's very cheap. But they have like I think it's Dollar Tree, and they just have like a little design on them or whatever. They're just for like a little throwaway dish if you didn't want to have to clean it, is basically what it is. But it's like you said, it is very flexible. It's not flexible like silicone, like completely throwing it away.
Right. Like, yeah, but it has a little bit of flex.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if you can see that. It has a little bit. So that way, when you go to pull it off the back of this, if you flex it just a little, it'll release your clay on its own. So, all right. So
Fabulous.
You can see the back still has some of the vegetable oil on it that I had. That's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. And you really, if you molded it well to your form, you won't have to do a whole lot right here unless you just see some spots that need a little bit of touch up. But the edges is what I usually have to pay attention to. And so you just want to go around and make sure that they're smooth. You can take you can take a rib, you can take your sponge, anywhere that you see has any kind of sharp edge that is easier for you to remove right now as opposed to later. That's what you would do. If you want to sign the bottom, now is your time. If you've got a stamp, I wouldn't necessarily stamp it so much because it doesn't have anything behind it to hold it. You could put something like maybe a pool noodle or something underneath it to give it some support, or if there's something like maybe a jig that Alex has or Debbie has, something behind it if you only stamp your work, or you could just leave it alone and do underglaze signing on it, after it's bisque. I've just been signing mine with a needle tool, and that's it. So
you left it sit out overnight. Did you cover with plastic, or did you just leave it open to the air?
We have, it's plastic, but we have you going to tell what it is?
Yeah, well, actually, what I've made, you would think being down in the South that stuff would dry really fast. However, with the humidity, it doesn't dry real fast. So what I did is I went to Lowe's and just got a cheap plastic rack. It's about 6 foot tall. It's got about 3 or 4 shelves in it. And what I did is I wrapped the whole thing in plastic. And for each level, I've put plastic in between. That way I can separate each level, depending on what we're doing. And that helps with the humidity. Like I said, right now the humidity is 100% and it ain't raining a lick. And but
I got on to him last time for all of his southern sayings that we were on PlayShareCon, but he's at it again. So,
but the humidity,
It's fine.
it just sucks up the moisture, and it just slows down the drying for us. That way it doesn't crack. Now, some areas of the country, people will make stuff of a morning, and then in the afternoon it's fine for them. It's really going to depend on what region of the country you're in and your humidity and temperature level. I would say the slower to dry, the better off has been our experience.
But I did not have to weigh it down. And I think it's because the sections are so small each that it did not try to bow. I expected it to, but it didn't. And so it may be because it's such a slow drying inside that rack. I'm not sure, but I did not have to weigh it down with any kind of weight bags. I'm going to flip it back over. I'm just going to put another 12-inch that on top of it and flip it over so you guys can see. This is our fall leaves. Got acorns and leaves on it. See if I can show you how pretty that is. So what you would do at this point is you're just making sure that it's flat, that nothing has bowed, and it hasn't done anything. The sides are all good. If there's anything that's not, now would be your time to straighten that up. It looks really, really good. And we just let it dry like this. And it hasn't given us any trouble whatsoever. You can go get that other one and we can show them the pumpkin one. Okay. If there's any places that you need to fix, it's still wet enough that you can adjust anything if you need to, if you've got a fingernail marker or whatever in there, but it looks really good. I don't know. Do you want me to do the front camera? Would that be better?
I love that design. That's so perfect for this time of year because you need to be making your fall things now.
Yes. And this roller is one of them that you can pick if you take my class at Fired Arts Expo.
Oh, yeah, you're going to tell us all about how that works, right?
Yes. And this pumpkin one is also part of the Fired Arts Expo. So what we're going to do for Fired Arts, it's about a 12-hour draw for us. Yes.
Yeah, about 10 to 12 hours. It depends.
So
we're taking the puppy with us. So.
We're going to get there on Tuesday night and then set up on Wednesday. And what we're doing for our classes is because we're new and, new kids on the block there with everybody, we wanted to offer a special. So if you take our class, you get to pick 1 out of 10 rollers that I've got selected for you. And then you get to keep your roller. And you also get a little goodie bag that has a surprise stamp in it. It has a discount code. And then the tray that we're making the mold out of, you get to keep that too, so you can take it home. So it's easier to dry in that tray, so you don't have to worry about, it falling all to pieces in the car.
That is so wonderful and generous. If anybody going to Waukesha, take Shawna's class. If you're not going to Waukesha yet, firedartsexpo.com.
Yep. August the 14th, 15th, 16th. Is that right? Yeah, sure. 14th.
I know next Wednesday I leave at 2 a.m. So to get to the airport. So I'll be there Wednesday morning. It starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's 3 days. There's the classes like you're going to be teaching and a bunch of other people. I'll be teaching some, and I do have a few slots left. Debbie from Dayla Design Gifts will be there. Paula from Colors for Earth. I'll go over all that at the end, but I'm really excited because this is your first year there teaching.
Yes, yes. And Ernest says that I'm going to fangirl out when I meet all you guys.
Oh, we're all going to fangirl it together.
No, I'm excited. That time I said, it's just very exciting for us. And then to have people want to see us is very humbling. because it's just us, we're just here making rollers and pottery. So, but people are excited, and that's really making our day. I mean, we can't wait. We're excited. It's going to be, we'll get there on, I think, Tuesday night about time to
Yeah, probably about,
eat supper, and then we
try to
back
get
up.
there around 7 on Tuesday because we're driving up.
Yeah.
And then set up on Wednesday and then classes Thursday, Friday,
and
and Saturday.
Mhm.
And also have all of our rollers for sale
Mhm.
and some of our stamps. And just come by and say hey and,
Take a picture with
take
us.
a picture with us. So-
Yeah. So if somebody's going and they want to buy rollers, best to email you so that you can make sure you bring the rollers they want so they can order them.
Yes,
Right.
if they want a large amount, yes.
Yeah, I've
For
got several rollers of each kind made up already.
Mhm.
But if there's, if you've got a group of people and you got a big order coming, if you just give me a heads up, then I can, have a little bit extra and have that ready for you.
And we've got a
Fabulous.
discount in today for the Live at 5. It's automatic 10% off on the website, coldmountainpottery.com. And then our premium PlayShare members already have a discount code. It's on is it on the community, Kevin?
It is. Yes.
Can't say that one out loud.
No, we can't tell you what it is because if we type it or say it, then everybody has it. But
Yeah.
premium members of ClayShare get
Yes.
extra discounts. So you got to go to the community. You get now. We'll put that in an email to our members only too. We'll do that so that they'll get that. Those who aren't watching, because I know not everybody is watching right now. They're busy. And how long is that ClayShare member discount good for?
The public one
The
is
public
good till
one is-
Sunday night.
Sunday at midnight,
Mhm.
and the prime is all time. So
Yeah.
And the prime is just until you decide to just like it just goes on and on.
it goes on
Infinity. Infinity.
infinity.
An infinity. I like that. Expires in infinity. So wonderful. All right. Does anybody have any more questions? We got a few more minutes. And you have anything else you want to share?
I was going to show a couple of other of our finished products that you
Yes.
can finish these in. Of course, we got this is how we did the Redbird and the lemons. A lot of people are a little intimidated because they are production potters and they don't have time to do all of the little details. And you don't have to. That's the thing. That's what's the good thing. You can do, oh, yeah. If you can find just a really good glaze, like this is one glaze. I'm gonna go to the front, Kevin. This is stone denim on our sunflower roller, which you could very easily use on this chip and dip.
I'll have to get the glare on there.
To get it?
And you definitely see the texture with that glaze. Definitely.
Yes. This is our new beach roller that we just released. I don't know, maybe in early July or June.
Yeah.
And that is Blue Opal by Mako. 2 coats. And you can see how pretty it is. You don't have to, I mean, you could paint the entire scene, which I love to do, but you don't have to. A lot of people feel like because it is such a detailed roller that they need to do something special for it. And you can. That's okay. But you don't have to. Like you can do this. This is for our fireworks roller.
I love it. I have that roller. Oh, yes.
Yes,
So
you
nice.
do. Yes, you do. And that is all speed ball underglazes on that one. What else have we got?
You have the
So this is the
crazy daisies.
oh my gosh, yes. Okay. All right. So this is the Crazy Daisies. I think this is my favorite. I say that every time that I've got a new one. I couldn't sleep one night and I was just doodling on my iPad. And I ended up with Crazy Daisies. And this has got Paula's colors on it. Oh. It's my favorite.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
I was so excited when it came out of the
I
kiln.
love that speckled clay. You said that's the speckled buff from
Dark Star speckled.
Dark Star from Kentucky Mudworks.
Yes.
That's it's called Dark Star, but it's not dark. And so it's kind of a misnomer.
Which one? Oh, yeah. This was another doodle of mine. I love flowers and vines and stuff. And so, but now that one takes forever, but look how pretty it is. If it's something just for you and you don't, want to sell it to the public or you don't have time, then you don't have to, but you can.
Mushroom house. That one's more that kind of would take a while, but if you're, like to color, experiment with different colors.
Yeah. So
I love you do have rollers for every season, every occasion.
Yes. And then I'm starting to duplicate too. If there's something else that I like or something I wanted to change, then I just make another one and name it, something else.
Something different.
Yeah.
Would you hold up the lemon chip and dip? Folks want to see that up close.
Yes. I love the lemons. I really think it and the strawberries are really.
I love them.
I'll post this strawberry one when I get it finished on our Facebook and Instagram, and I'll put it on the Prime page too. Once it finishes, because I think it's going to be adorable.
Ooh, we have some requests for rollers. So if somebody wants a specific design or has an idea for a design, are you open to them sending them to you?
Yes, email us. Just go to our website at the bottom, and I think there's a contact us button, and tell us what they're interested in. If I haven't already gotten it started, then I'll put it on my design list to work on. So
wonderful. Do you have an owl roller?
Yes, I do.
Oh, could you show it? Folks want to see.
Let me find it.
The actual owl is on the shop.
Do you guys see all the bins behind them? Those are all full of rollers. So there's a lot of rollers.
Do you know those black and yellow Lowe's bins? We have 7 in our front hallway that's going in a cargo van.
Oh my goodness.
I've got to
go out to the shop if you don't want to get that owl plate. It's in the gallery because I want them to see that.
What did you use for the color on the lemon plate? What underglazes did you use?
Oh, it is this was speedball, yellow and leaf green. Let's see, do I need to do it here? I always do it backwards for the way I need to do it. There we go.
There you go, right there.
And then I did gray. I just mixed black and white speedball for the seeds. And then I gave kind of like you did when you start painting, but you let it run kind of low, and then you start a different area with I don't like it to be solid yellow. I like it to be mingled. So it's kind of like that. If you were here up close, you could see like the leaves have different shades of green on them, even though it's the same shade. But it's because I would let my brush run thin and then pick up more and start in a different area. But that's all speedball.
And so if folks want to buy, they're for sale. You can go to coalmountainpottery.com and you guys can see all the designs and purchase them. And you if you get 10% off right now through Sunday. But premium members, you guys get 15% off. So make sure you use your code, folks. Save.
Now the automatic 10% will not show up until you put it in the cart. But once it's in the cart, you can see your discount. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Well, that's a great question. Someone wanted to know if you're going to make and sell these, and I get asked this almost every class, what would be a good price range to sell these chip and dip platters at?
It's gonna depend on where you are, of course. I would probably start them here, no less than anywhere from 39 to 45, and then go up from there, depending on how much work you put into it. And that may not be enough. If you do one solid glaze, that 2 coats of a glaze that you don't have to hand paint, then you could probably get by with like the 38. But if you're going to hand paint each thing, then I would go up. You're looking at maybe 50, 55,
Oh, I think 55, even for one solid glaze. It's handmade. There's a lot going on in there. Even if you if you use one glaze, and then if you do multiple glazes, you got to add onto that. But you are correct. It does depend on your area, because if you're making pottery that you can't sell,
Yeah. Mississippi, it can be one way or the other. Sometimes they'll pay if it has an owl on it and they want something with an owl, then they'll pay whatever your price is. And then some people's not going to buy it. It wouldn't matter if it was $5, So it just depends on your area. Here is the owl roller.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Spoon rescue.
Oh yeah, and here's a little spoon rest that I did to match it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now the little spoon rest also came from the Dollar Tree. I just laid my clay into it. I put some vegetable spray on it and made a spoon rest. I mean, you don't have to do very.
I think the Dollar Tree is going to be in trouble.
I kind of wish I had a little stock in it at this moment.
Right? Maybe. Wait, don't go today, folks. I have to go buy some stock tonight. Go tomorrow.
This is two other things that I got. I haven't made anything with them yet, but it is like an egg tray. And then they had this really, really pretty bowl too. It's got like a beveled edge. It's not really beveled. It's got like a scalloped edge. I mean, they're $1.25. And you can make something for your family, that you can take to Thanksgiving, and just amaze them at how pretty it is with your Cold Mountain pottery roller and stamps.
Right? On your owl platter, what did you do for glazing on that?
That one,
It's the same as the spoon rest.
yeah, that one is Mako.
That's still good.
No, what is that? It's not the blue underglaze from Speedball. What is the blue Mako? It's purple in the
Is it the Mako underglaze?
cobalt wash.
Is there cobalt wash? Oh, cobalt wash.
Cobalt wash, and then wipe it back, and then zinc-free clear Mako on top of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. It does so good. Which, Speedball Royal Blue is very, very similar. But there's something about the cobalt that I like. It seems like it defines it just a little bit better.
And you have a really great Instagram account. So if folks need to see stuff, they should go there. And that's at Coal Mountain Pottery. So that I think you folks should be, if you're not on Instagram, I know people have held back and don't, too much social media, but Instagram's a great place to see images and get ideas, especially when we're doing classes like this, when we have, Shawna and Ernie here visiting for the evening. You can see what they do more than just this particular class.
Right, and we've had other people as well that have sent us some of their reels on Instagram and some pictures of some things that I never would have thought of making. Some of our customers have made, and they're just phenomenal. We try to share those as well anytime we can.
I actually ordered our very first 7-inch rolling pin was the Dragonfly. And so as a surprise to him, one of the ladies that follows us and has bought a lot of our stuff, she made a waterfall. Like it has a pump in the bottom, and then it comes up in the middle, and then it flowers out on the top, and water drips off the sides. It is gorgeous. And so I ordered him that. And I'm like, that is absolutely amazing. And so, and to know that somebody else used something that we designed, it's just.
Oh, it blows my mind of the stuff that everybody makes with it. And I'm like, well, I never thought of that.
Yeah. She's so crafty. I look at all of her stuff on there.
So many other people they send us things, they email us, things that they made with our rollers, and it's just I couldn't be more appreciative of everybody that supported us.
Yeah,
we are so glad you're part of our Clayshare family, and I am so proud of both of you for what you have done. Just about a year, has it been?
Yeah,
yeah. Well, April was a year.
Yeah, April was a year that we started selling them
on Etsy.
And then got our website the next month, and it's just It's took off more than we ever could have dreamed.
Well, and a lot of that is due to ClayShare, of
Yeah.
course, being so supportive of us. That was been
Glacier
wonderful.
was wonderful.
That's why I told Ernest, I said, I really don't want people upset about the international shipping. It's hard to get all of that off the ground right off in a year, you know, and we're working on it. So we've had to call in Shopify because whatever is wrong, we can't fix it. So, but we want to sell to internationally. We're trying.
But you'll get there. You'll get there. I mean,
We're
it
gonna
does
figure it
take
out.
time. Like you mentioned, you have to, you know, you'll get there when you're ready and when everything works out. So no worries. Well, we have about a minute left. So folks want to see the waterfall and a Mississippi themed roller. All right, everybody, I suggest that if you want to see designs that we weren't able to show tonight, you go to Shawna and Ernie's Instagram account. That's Coal Mountain Pottery. Go there and you can see everything. You can also go to the website and see everything too.
Yes.
Because sadly, and although it's been almost an hour, it's just not enough time, is it?
It's not.
It goes fast.
I believe it's.
I remember we talked before ClayShare Con. You were worried that it was going to be too long, and it went by like that, right?
It
Like a
does, yeah.
flash.
I'll go after we stop tonight, and I'll put the waterfall on our Instagram and tag the maker, so you guys can go check out her page because she is amazing. She also did
Wonderful.
a bird feeder. Ernest, here he is. He ran down the hall. Here he is. He's got the waterfall.
He came back with it.
Go over there by the.
Okay.
Go over there by the.
Here is the actual fountain itself. And the dragonfly in the middle is kind of the focal point. Just drill the hole and then on the sides.
And then she sets it in this bowl. You put like distilled water in it.
Yeah.
And
And
it
what was the
drips.
name? Was it?
I'm gonna tag it when we get off.
Okay,
here.
I want to say Good Juju.
Good Juju Pottery, I believe, is the way she says it on Instagram. But I'll double check and post it once we get off of here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, things like this, I never would have thought of making,
Yeah.
but people are
Beautiful.
creative.
Yeah. Any other questions
That-
before we have to run? I know you've got prime time coming.
No, I think, well, there's a lot of questions. So I think we covered all the really important ones. So for folks that, I can't believe if you're just tuning in right now, but check out their Instagram. It's at Coal Mountain Pottery, their website, coalmountainpottery.com. You're going to be at the Fired Arts Expo in Waukesha, Wisconsin in 2 weeks, starting is it the 14th, 15th, 16th, go to firedartsexpo.com.
Yes.
And if people take your classes, they get a goodie bag and a roller of their choice to take home. So that's a win-win.
Choice of
And to hang out with you.
Yeah.
hang out with us.
Yeah. You can hang out with us and
Yep.
you get 10 rollers to pick from, and then you get to keep it and take it home with you.
Yep.
So
I love it. Well, thank you so much. This has been a fabulous hour. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get one of those forms so I can make one of those.
Go to the dollar store.
go get dollar store stock tonight and
Yeah.
then go buy one. Yeah.
Right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Thank you guys.
Mwah.
Bye.
Hugs and
Enjoy
kisses.
it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I know. My mind's going a million miles an hour. The dollar store's an hour, so it's not like I can actually run over to the dollar stores. But tomorrow I have to grocery shop, so it's in the same town that I do that. If you missed the beginning where I shared this beautiful teapot I made using their bee roller, I want to show it again. So here we go. Here's this teapot. Look at this. And if you think the spout is too big, because on teapots spouts often look too big. Yes, this one is too big. I should have made it smaller. But I was in a time crunch. I did this in like 15 minutes because I wanted to get it done for tonight. But next time I'm just gonna cut my spout template down a little bit. But it's okay, it's all right. Some teapots have big spouts, it's fine. All right, so go check out Coal Mountain Pottery. Remember, they have an automatic 10% off. That discount shows when you put it in the cart. Premium members of ClayShare, you get 15% off. You have to use the code. That is one of the perks of being a member of ClayShare, and that is listed on clayshare.com. If you go down to the community, all the way down there, you'll see it's in there. We have special discounts, so go find them. All right, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna be back at 6:15 p.m. and I'll be teaching you this fabulous hand building tutorial. I have a little creamer sugar jar or honey pot. I'll show you how to do both. And as a bonus, I've got a couple of tray options for you if you wish right here. And you can use any texture you want. I have some I've done with Coal Mountain Potteries rollers, some with De La Designs rollers and stamps. I've got some with my rollers. Anything that you have, or make your own texture, or you carve it, do something. I don't know, you figure it out. But that's gonna start at 6:15 p.m. Oh, and you guys get a free downloadable template that you can print out. I always like the free template part. So coming up 6:15 p.m., I'll see you there. If you're not a member of ClayShare yet, go to clayshare.com and sign up. We have a free trial, and guess what? We have an app, so you can just go download the app from your app store and watch on the go. Bye, everybody.